We have spent today mapping the Lithuanian heritage sites of New Jersey. And while New Jersey is somewhat overshadowed by New York in popular imagination, actually it has more than 20 Lithuanian heritage sites, 5 Lithuanian parishes, and Emilija Sadonis here with me. Her life is related to many of these sites. So after your family has arrived here after the Second World War, which parish you went to?
I was born in New Jersey. My parents came here from Liepsna, from Germany, the displaced persons camp. And they landed in this house in Bayone, New Jersey. And my uncle Joe Garolis had an apartment building in Jersey City. So my family moved to Jersey City, and I was born in Jersey City. So Jersey City had a Lithuanian parish. I was baptized in a Lithuanian parish named St. Anne's Lithuanian Parish on Grand Street in Jersey City. So we went there by bus. We had no car. And then the Lithuanian parish died out. Nobody was supporting it anymore. And so...
So while it existed, what activities used to take place there? Was it just the mass, or were there also like Lithuanian dances and other things?
No, it was not social. It was just mass. According to my family, we just went to Sunday Mass, and that was it. But they did have a few organizations before I was born, when there was more Lithuanians living in Jersey City, because they arrived in New York and moved into New Jersey, moved into Jersey City, and then they moved into the suburbs and different towns like that. So along the Hudson River, we have Bayone. Bayone has a Lithuanian parish. Elisabeth, Newark, New Jersey, and Patterson, and Kerney.
As you mentioned, by the time your family arrived after the Second World War, they already found that Lithuanian parish, St. Anne's Lithuanian parish in Jersey City, somewhat declining. So it was populated mostly by the elderly immigrants who immigrated before World War I. What were in general the relations of your family and other DP families who came after Second World War as refugees with that first generation of Lithuanian immigrants that were already settled in America and created their own parishes there?
The second wave of Lithuanian immigrants, like my parents, wanted to be together, and they had a Jersey City chapter of the Lithuanian American community. That was a little social club whenever they would have their meetings. But that's all I remember from Jersey City.
Then your family moved to yet another historical Lithuanian parish that was established by the first wave of Lithuanian immigrants. Yes, that would be Newark.
Right. So all the church documents from Jersey City were sent to the next town, Newark, or maybe
next town that had a Lithuanian church. Yeah.
Right. Unless I'm wrong, maybe my documents are in Kerney. I'm not too sure. I think St. Anne's Catholic Church documents went to Kerney, actually.
So that would be St. Anne's was closed about 70s and 80s, yes?
Yeah, not the 80s, but in the 70s, sure.
Yeah. So how was the Newark parish different from the one you left in Jersey City?
Well, when we first started to go to Newark, the church existed. And it was big and dark, scary. Because I went from a little Lithuanian church to a very big Lithuanian church. And then one New Year's Eve, all the Christmas lights, electricity started sparking, and it burnt down the church on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I've seen the images of that massive Lithuanian Church of Newark, and it is indeed impressive, possibly the most impressive of Lithuanian churches in New Jersey. Unfortunately, it does no longer remain.
Yeah, now it's a parking lot.
After that fire, it was demolished, yes?
Yeah, so then I started driving a car, and we would drive from Jersey City to Newark every Sunday, and Newark had a bigger community, and we had joined the Knights of Lithuania in Newark, and there was a Newark Lithuanian American community called the Newark Lietuvių Bendruomenė, and we started applying to that and paying our dues and going to mass every Sunday.
So were there other Lithuanian activities there compared to St. Anne's parish?
Oh yeah, Newark was full of people.
Full of people and full of
From the first wave of immigrants and the second wave of the displaced persons, the second wave of Lithuanians and kids.
So what activities did you join there? Was there a Lithuanian school there, a Lithuanian dance group?
Newark didn't support that, but I went to Linden, New Jersey for a Lithuanian school and Linden, New Jersey for the Lithuanian dance group. So I started dancing in 1964 in the Lithuanian folk dancing groups. So my mom would go to any party that Newark would throw. So she Linu Bala in Happy New Year's Eve parties, and because she was a widow and she wanted to socialize.
And so what happened after the Newark Lithuanian church burned down? The parish still continued, yes?
Yes. So we still had a wonderful priest, Father John Sadonis. He had a parish hall, and he goes, okay, we're still here. We have no physical building. We have people. Let's build a church in the parish hall. So there was upstairs parish hall and downstairs parish hall. But downstairs was turned into a church.
So it's interesting to see this huge church was actually relegated after a fire to basically working in a basement. Right now it's actually a Portuguese parish. District has changed and the Lithuanians moved out. And we also visited the district of St. Anne's Lithuanian Church, and it's not even clear anymore where the church stood, right? All the buildings have changed. I wasn't able to recognize from the old pictures of St. Anne's Church. Were you able to recognize anything like...
No, just a couple of buildings on the street when we were driving to St. Anne's.
And when the time came for you to marry, then...
Oh, so I was... in the parish of Newark, but I did not want to get married downstairs
in that basement church.
In the basement church, but Kerney was a beautiful Lithuanian church, and so I asked Monsignor Sadonis, I want to have a beautiful wedding, not downstairs, but can you marry us in Kerney, Our Lady of Sorrows Church? And he goes, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, we visited the Kerney Lithuanian Church as well, and actually it's still operating, still officially a Lithuanian church, unlike the Newark or St. Anne's churches, and it has Lithuanian crosses and Lithuanian stained glass windows and Lithuanian flag inside, so it is indeed a beautiful church still. With your dance group, you actually visited many other Lithuanian sites all over New Jersey. Basically, there wasn't a Lithuanian site in New Jersey that you haven't visited, probably. So what were other Lithuanian sites that you remember the most from your youth or later years?
The parish in Patterson is where we danced as well, but the Lithuanian dance group that I was in, I danced and then I played the accordion for them. So every Lithuanian holiday, there was a celebration in one city or another city, in Newark or in Kerney or in Patterson, Elisabeth. So our dance group was invited to dance during the program. That was a lot of fun.
And so what are the Lithuanian churches, or let's say Lithuanian Hall in Elisabeth maybe, or Lithuanian Catholic Community Center, or in Kerney or other places? Which are the places, Lithuanian places, that you remember the most from those times? Like maybe it was the nicest places to dance at?
The best place was in Newark.
All the New Jersey Lithuanian parishes and Lithuanian halls and everything else was basically established by the first wave of Lithuanians, like those who came around World War I and before that. And your generation came to New Jersey later, after the Second World War. And so what was your relation with that older generation?
My godmother, who lived in this house, had her friends. And so my relation with them was, why am I hanging out with all these old people? But my mom was very friendly and interested in the first wave of the Lithuanian immigrants.
But you joined the Knights of Lithuania, which is an organization of the first wave, actually, yes?
Yeah, so I was the youngest in the Newark council, and they spoke Lithuanian, they cooked very well, so I was interested in that. We were all fighting and praying for Lithuania's independence during the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. So that was the big concern, to free Lithuania somehow. So we would go to protests, we would write to the government of America, don't forget Lithuania wants their freedom. It was a big deal to try to free Lithuania in our American Lithuanian communities. Always honor Lithuanian Independence Day, February 16th. That was the biggest show, always, every year. Every parish would have their commemoration of February 16th when Lithuania was free.
After Lithuania became free, actually the third wave of Lithuanian immigration began, like economic migrants. Some of them came here to New Jersey, which is just the Hudson River beyond New York City. And so did these new immigrants join the old Lithuanian communities?
No. The third wave of immigrants after Lithuania became free, or even before, when the Lithuanian Jews were able to escape Lithuania in the 1980s, they just wanted to live a better life, and they were just concerned about their family. After a few years, they started missing their neighbors of Lithuanian descent, and finally they started to get together once again and enjoy their heritage, because now in America they settled down, they raised their families. Now they're sending, the third wave from the 1990s are sending their children to Lithuanian school, which is what the second wave did with me.
I see, however, that many Lithuanian places in New Jersey have actually closed quite recently. For example, we visited the Lithuanian Catholic Community Center in Kerney, and it's actually closed just recently, and it's now for sale. And what I see in many other, at least major cities, is that the third wave have joined the old Lithuanian halls and such organizations and help to keep them going. So why do you think that didn't happen here in New Jersey?
Kerney is not where the new Lithuanians live. The new Lithuanians live more South Jersey. So to drive an hour to go to a Lithuanian hall, they'd rather go to a Polish hall, something closer. The South Jersey Lithuanians now use the Estonian camp to go to Saturday school and to have their shows. They don't want to travel 1 hour to go to Kerney. They want to stay more local.
Quite sad to hear that, as New Jersey is just next to New York, so it seems there's like a huge Lithuanian community here compared to, let's say, Pennsylvania, Coal region, there have next to no new immigrants whatsoever. But nevertheless, New Jersey still has impressive Lithuanian sites and impressive Lithuanian history, and each of these sites, Lithuanian monuments, Lithuanian churches, and Lithuanian halls we have visited, pictured, we got inside even where they are closed or sold, and everything is available on map.trulithuania.com, where you can see the exact locations, as well as global.trulithuania.com, where you can read more about each of those sites. And if you would like to hear more interviews like this, I suggest you following this YouTube channel, and you certainly will, from all over the United States of America.